Hello, 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 and welcome back to another live stream. How's it going, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday means it's already... The week's really going. The week's going. We need to think of what the hell I'm doing for Sunday again. Crap. Every time. Every week. Hey Guts, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing all right. Doing all right. You know, it's okay. I've been looking into banks and doing adult stuff. I don't want to, but I need to find a bank that has a high interest account to put money in. Because the bank I have doesn't have one of those that's good compared to the other banks. So I need to look at other banks. So I have to go, then I'll have to go to the bank and I'll have to open an account. Then I'll need to transfer money. Then I'll need to open another account. Then I'll need to transfer money into that account. Send the money to you. The problem is, with my scenario, I get more money. With your scenario, I lose all my money. It's a little bit different. And that little bit of difference does make a big, well, difference. Yeah. Because it does. I was also earlier today looking at how much condos are around here. I just want to know what is the price of things that I still cannot afford. I point at condos, not houses. I don't even bother looking at houses. That would be insane to look at houses. Yeah, it's like, I'll be happy with it buying an apartment. Unfortunately, the ones in my apartment, like my apartment building, I think has like the best location. Like, it's so convenient. And anything, even like a few blocks around, I think is worse. But the problem is, my apartment complex happens to be more expensive. I'm like, God damn it. How much is the cost there? So a 2-bed, 2-bath is anywhere from about 700,000. I've seen to as high as 1.3 million. I think there's more. I just stopped looking. Like, once I saw that number, I'm like, oh, that's going further than that. Why? Why even bother? Right? So, you know, probably anywhere from 700,000 to double that, at least. So, yeah. Because I was like, how much do I need to actually, like, save up for a down payment? And for a 700k place, I'd need to save up like 140k. Which is not nothing. It's a lot of money. The only reason, by the way, that I'd want to own is because owning, I don't care about, you know, the whole buying and then selling later for more. No, I don't care about that. That's not the part that's like, for me, is important. It's when you buy a place, the rent no longer goes up. That's the point of view where I come at it from. Rent no longer goes up when you buy a place. Whatever price it was, it will stay there. Unlike renting, which will go up. So typically, like I would say, you know, buy what you can afford And then over the years, it'll technically become easier, assuming, of course, you still have a job. But that's horrible, scenario no matter what at that point. But over time, theoretically, your job should be paying you more over the years. And then, in a way, your rent would become effectively cheaper than the surroundings. Because right now, I believe my parents, or at least my mom's side, is paying about as much as like a 1-bedroom, or I think about some 1-bedrooms and definitely 2-bedrooms in that area. But she has a full house that has 2 bedrooms, 2 sunrooms. I think they're called sunrooms. Basically, the ceiling's too short to be like a full room. So that's like a full house. Rent sucks. I agree. Bills suck. Can we just agree bills suck in general? You saw a funny post these days? I'm glad you saw at least one. It's a singular funny post. The others are all sucked. I get it, good guts. Yeah. It's hard to find a good one. Pull up my stuff. Why am I on this? Boom. Today, we're continuing with the dino. We finished the volcano thing yesterday, which is great. So today, I want to focus on getting the actual like movement more interesting, making sure that, when does he attack for a bite? When does he attack for projectile? Does he attack for projectile? Probably, but then when does he like run closer, etc., etc., etc. I want to play with that. Learn today that your landlord is using the rent money that I pay to pay the house that you live. He bought the house and is using rent money to pay. Learn today that the landlord is using the rent money that I pay to pay the house that I live. Yeah. I'm confused why this is this shocking? Yeah, a lot of times people will buy a house and then rent it out. I don't understand there's just normal renting out a house. They bought a house. The people that bought this apartment bought it, and I'm the first person to live in it. This is normal. But I don't understand the problem. I'll be honest. That's just how it is, right? People buy a place to rent. And then whenever they want to later on, they'd be like, okay. And they don't need to make money on the rent. They need to not lose money. And then, or they can even lose a little bit of money if they're okay with it. And then they will make their money back like years later when they decide to sell it. That's just how that works. So yeah, it's like completely normal. It's funny because the guy wanted to have some rights of the property. Oh, that's the joke. Got it. Yeah, but again, that's normal. You take a loan, but you still bought it. Yeah. Completely normal. Hey, Cluster, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yep. My mom did that. I think she bought a house in Florida of all places because it was cheap there. And then it's renting it out. I mean, the only reason she bought a house is because other people, like grandparents and stuff, wanted to put the money into some kind of investment. So instead, she basically used that money to buy a house, and that's the investment. So, yeah, this is like the most normal thing. So yeah. Anyway. Dino time! Yesterday we got this guy all working. He'll grow. And he'll grow some more. And then some more. Run! And then destruction. No. 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 Okay. Let's bring this guy back up and let's set him up. So, how do we want him to work? Questions, questions, questions. So, I want to, first of all, make it so he bites you if you get close. And I want that like as a guaranteed. This one has a cooldown of 3 seconds. I'll put myself like over here so I don't get in the way. This has a cooldown of 3 seconds. I feel like I'm going to change the cooldown here to 2 seconds. It's going to be because it's combat melee. Random attack. It's not a hold attack. And this happens when it's here. Now, if I don't have any transitions going to root, if like he goes there. So what I can do is on root, add a new event. On tick. Wait, transition. Transition. I want to go specifically to close quarters attack. If the condition, which is a flow compare, if the distance of the player is less than 200. Very normal. Normal. This could be critical. Oh, the problem with this. The problem with this is it would mean that when he's dead and I go near, this would trigger. So I can do is less than 200 and we'll do a tag check. Gameplay tags. Does not equal dead. So now it should overwrite whatever's there, theoretically. So if I come here, he's not doing it. Okay, good start. Good start. Basic attack. What are we doing? Attack A. Let's chuck your animations. weapon stats. Yeah, attack A has it. It's a bite. Okay. You have the correct one. It should be on tick. Go to close quarters. When player I should do a quick test here. Because he's big, I might want to do it from closer. But here I'd want to do, 252. Yeah, so I'd want to actually do it like within like, I mean, maybe like 400. Okay, so because he's a chunky boy, let's set this 400. Close quarters attack will do less than 400. Oh, right. Hold on. We ran into this issue with was it the spider? Spider, right? Where I wanted it. Who do we run into this issue with? Shit. Basically, I don't want to do the hold because the hold is there. But I guess no, I need to duplicate the animation. So let's do. Don't duplicate that. So the bite attack. I'll do bite A, duplicate. This is gonna be bite A. No pause. And bite fast. No pause. Remove the pause. It's not no pause. It's it's not a jump attack though. Is the only thing. It's no jump, not no pause. Because we're gonna give it the pause. Just pause attack, not pause jump attack. Regular pause attack. I'm pretty sure. Oh no, right now. Wait, why is it? Oh, both of them are called pause attack, even though one's called as a pause jump. Right? Because if I do pause jump attack, it says pause jump attack. Oh, I think it's because we renamed it. I think it's because we renamed it. That's why it's like this. So now it's a pause attack. We'll make it a pause between 0.3 and 0.5. And then on him, 2. Weapon stats, attack here. We want Dracathrax. A, no jump, and fast, no jump. Okay, so it is working, but he's not hitting me. So we gotta change, update his stuff. Let's go to debug. Turn on the debug for the attack. Duration. Let's see what's going on. That is hitting. Okay, he is hitting. Is just he is hitting. It is just really easy to avoid him because the attack isn't very wide. Right, I can just walk around him and he'll be fine. Ooh, hold on. That's also a problem. While he's doing this, while I'm within 200, he can do his roar attack. I mean, oh, there we go. He did it this time. Something tells me he can interrupt that roar, but he shouldn't be able to. We should check that he does it again. I think I'm gonna increase the radius on that bite. I feel like he's I think he is M is the message. Thank you much for the support. I'm becoming a member. M is the message. At first I was like, M? And then I was like, is the message... Wait, what is the message? And then I realized, oh, your full name is M is the message. Thank you very much for the support. I got it in the end. I think what we need to do is when he does the effect. So what he does, not this. Just your color, damage taken. This spawns the meteors. This is this, that. Wait. I would need to do... No, what? Oh, hold on. It's not here. It's here. It's the meteor attack. So... the problem is... it can overwrite this, which I don't want. So I think we do need to remove this go to close quarter attack from the root, or it will overwrite the things I don't want. So things I do want to overwrite is chase player group. And I also wanted to overwrite combat. And that's it. The other ones are fine. Okay. So let's make sure that he still does it. Okay, and he is. But there, now he does the full animation. Good. He doesn't turn. What if I, on this close quarter attacks, added a... Let's add a child state. This is going to be close quarters group. This is going to go in the close quarters group. The condition we need to copy to this one. And then here, get rid of this. And this one, then we can add a task. We can just do focus targets. And I want to make sure focus target is on for this, I believe. Why does he... Okay, I think I see what's going on. So the attack is designed where the pause, he doesn't rotate, right? And I think because it's just wherever, because it was designed off of the base attack of a, like doing like a charge attack or like a jump attack where you don't want him to like randomly rotate. But in this one, I think I do want him to rotate towards the player on bite. Not, yeah. So, on basic attack,
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
what's the trick to... I think I need to add a new variable to this pause attack. That's just going to be like, yes, rotate to face player at like bite attack or like at, you know, round thing. Hey, Andrew, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I actually want to check something real quick. I have... Nope. I have 4 members. Now that Emma's message joined. I think the next emote slot is unlocked at 5. Yeah, one more member needed. Then we get a new emote slot. I can bring over another one of the Twitch emotes over. Over to YouTube. Okay, so on this pause attack, let's do an edit. Open notify blueprint. So on this, I want to do a new variable that's just going to be rotates to face on attack. Good enough. And we'll just promote this to a variable. Is going to be exposed. And now, on this guy, we can turn on rotate to face on attack. Okay. So now we also need to implement, of course, that happening, which will happen on EP enemy. Here. So it's going to do the delay. If it is false, right, we don't rotate to face. We just resume playback. But if we do rotate, that means we need to do set actor rotation. Fine. Look at rotation. Get actor location. Target is the player, so it's game on reference. Game reference. And we just plug that in. And then we do one this still. Okay. So theoretically now, if we go up to him, yeah, he will bite in the direction where we are now. Even though after he does, yes, now he has a higher chance of hitting us. So now if you're still in that range, he turns towards you and bites. Okay, good. I like that. Next, I want to increase the range on those attacks. Radius is 200. I'm saying the radius is 250. So a bit higher radius. Although with the rotation now, I think it probably was fine either way, but yeah, that seems like a better radius. Now hold on, did I get hit? I thought he only been. Oh, I think he. Yep. Okay. Good. So perfect. His big chompers are chomping. Now, I want that chomp to be a real heavy attack. So I'm actually going to increase the damage of that chomp to be higher. Like, you don't want to be hit by his, like, chomp attack. Now, the only thing is, I just want to make sure that as melee, yeah, if I'm paying attention, I can dash out of the way. Just fine. That's not a problem. The only other thing is, I think right now, on chase group, I have it go to close quarters attack. On combat, I have close quarters attack. But he was still moving, it seemed like. Even though it was a gun. Oh, that's probably because it was during the cooldown period. Right, because the cooldown on the attack is 2 seconds. Just fine. Okay. Okay, next up, I want him to try to get to melee range if he's outside of like he's within a certain distance. So but then he has the range attack. He probably needs to do a range attack and then move closer kind of stuff. Hey Leo, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. UI stuff is so weird. How so? What's weird? Thinking. Yeah, so for this to work, I would basically need to have 2 combats, a melee range and a ranged combat. You don't think you'll be able to do this thing you want to do? You have to hard code it, which sucks. Why? Why don't you do what I described? No hard coding required. And, what was the problem with what I described? It'll populate it all for you. To be fair, for an options menu, there's no point because options are either there or they're not, and you can just. But you either have the option for it or you don't, kind of thing. But you could. My method works fine. It is definitely overkill for an options menu. Though, right? I have to admit. This should be melee. This is the whole attack. Oh, one thing that I'm realizing I need to do is on both the basic attack and the hold attack. Oh, it's because the error. I want to expose this and input attack type. To control that. Because that's kind of important. We want to be able to override that. The regular hardcode method would work and it would make it happen, but yeah, I guess it's overkill. So that would be possible. It is possible to do. Again, what is the problem with the method I told you, which is just switch on an enum and then populate it however you want. It will generate it all modularly with my method. You haven't explained why my method doesn't work. It doesn't mean like it has to, but I'm like, I don't see the problem with it at the current moment. I have to move this up. Move up, move up. Do I put it here or all the way to the top? Probably all the way to the top, actually. There you go. Switch it, you know, it would work, but then it's being able to assign the data from a data asset. It would still involve manual step, I mean? What's the manual step? All of this is coming from a data table. Again, I don't know what you're using data assets, to be fair. This is all getting it from a data table. And this is all modular. This is basically what I described. It's a widget that spawns another widget that populates it based on the information from a data table. Like all this information is from data tables. The only part that I'm unsure about is the data asset part that you want to use. Otherwise, you can put it all in a data table and call it a day. It all has similar info. Settings would have different info for each setting. Okay, let me do a draw over here. Okay, you have a enum. Enum says this is a float, which means it's gonna look like one of these, you know, where this little ball goes from here to here, right? So a float will mean this, okay? So, okay. Then you go, okay, it is an enum. We've checked. So spawn widget this, spawn this widget. In this widget, exposed variables are going to be based off of what's it called? The data table. It's going to get the information on the exposed widget. So it's going to get what the length of this is, or like the color of it, whatever you want to control. It's going to get it all from the data table. Now, it's going to get it from the data table, but you, of course, need to tell it from which row of the data table it needs to get it from. Or you can, just like you would need to tell it which data asset to get it from, right? Same thing. That part doesn't change. You still need to tell it which one's getting it. And so then you just populate it from this. And then you move on. And you're like, oh, it's the next one. Is the next one like a drop down full of other enums? Okay. Again, it goes to the data table. Here's the values that you need to populate with. It takes like one of them takes an array, right? Whatever the array icon is, I forget. You pipe it in, and it populates it all, and then it spawns the widget that does that. And inside of that widget, maybe you have these also be floats. And then there's a widget inside of this one that it gets populated then, right? So you spot it, all goes from a single enum of the type it is. You need the enum, I need to know what is the setting from the data table that you're putting in. And actually, you don't even need that, because if you do it all from a data table, in the data table, you just specify the row, and inside of the data table, you already specify the enum, so it'll know the information from the enum, and that way it'll know which one it needs, and then it'll know which rows to get, because again, you have a switch on enum. Because in the data table, you can provide excess information. It doesn't need to read every single section. It just needs to grab the ones that are going to be relevant, right? And then ta-da! And then you're good. Something, god damn it. Something tells me you didn't quite understand all that. What information did I lose? Try with the data table and see how it goes. Data table is easy. Putting it all in a data table and reading a data table is easy. Right? You just do get table row get data table row name, right? Get data table row. Select the data table. Let's say get the cards one. I can tell which row I got. So which setting is it? And then I can like, oh, okay. For this one, I'm only gonna need, let's say, this setting and this setting. And then I set this up and I'm like, okay, this goes here, the rest I ignore on row found. You can even do separate data tables based off of what type it is. So you don't need to put them all in one data table. You can just make it so drop down data table. You can have a line moving data table. You can have like a separate data tables as well, if that's easier to maintain. Again, entirely, depending on how you want to set it up. I put it all in one place, but yeah. Welcome to the club, Leo. The difference is Gagan's, he's asking questions. You gotta ask questions we don't understand. That's how you learn. You understand the creation part of the sub widgets that will populate the main settings, but it's getting the information that's going to put into those slots is the issue afterwards. Okay, so I'm populating the text that goes into here, right? All of this text is populated. Is this not the same thing you're describing? These are widgets that have been spawned. And they got information that's been put into them. Yes? Yes? Be the same? Just confirming? Same, but different? That did save. Because all of them have the same type of info to be put in, right? Yeah, but if I need them to have different information, I'll just have different things in the table. That's the problem. if one needs text, one needs to float, so I'll have a column for text and column for float. And if it doesn't need text, you just don't use text, then use the float. It's not like they fight each other and you can only have one. You can have as many as you want. You can have 10 different types. It doesn't matter. You just like only fill in the ones that you need. Great. Okay, on this is going to be combat ranged. And I'm going to do this. It's going to chase until combat range. And then it is going to do... I think I'm going to change this combat movement entirely here. I think what I want to happen basically is he gets into ranged attack range, does a ranged attack, and then moves towards the player. And then does it again, unless he gets into melee range. Then he'll try doing a melee jump attack, potentially. So I think I'm going to move this down here. So combat range, I'm going to check that the flow compare. So if the distance to player is greater than 1,000, it does this. Greater than 850. It will do this, which means it will focus target, and this is going to do and then it'll do a jump attack, but I need to make it so he has jump attacks because we removed those. So we'll add a D here. Brachythrax, bite A, and bite fast. There we go. Hey, Stormwind. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Welcome in, welcome in. So now we can specify that we want to do attack D. So here is going to be attack D. It is a hold attack, a random hold attack. Oh, sorry, this is the ranged ones. Oops. Wrong thing. Combat ranged. So it's going to do combat ranged. I don't need this attack state. It's going to focus target. Yes. Attack range. And it's going to do... just like an order. And then it will try doing chase player. Paste as siblings. What's this? Wait, what? What do I mean? This is state trees. I've been using them for quite a while. Welcome to state trees. State trees, yay! It's Unreal 69. Nice. He's from the future. Unfortunately, I'm from the past. Time zones. Compared to most people, I'm in the past. You've never seen this page? Then you haven't been in many streams in the past month or two during this time? Probably. It's okay. I'm here now. Okay, so now we can check if the distance to player is greater than 500. Then it is going to chase player. Dash wait. Oh, I don't want him to dash. 0. No chance of like doing a jump attack. Even you have seen the page and you barely watch the streams? Ouch. You must have listened to me like a radio while you work? Well, that's fine. You probably haven't seen much. I'm gonna guess with a self-report. It's okay, Leo. I'm not interesting enough to watch. I get it. Stormrun and Guts, you know, they made their point. It's... I'll cry after the stream. Don't worry. I won't derail the stream with crying. That'd be silly. So this one I want to do on succeed next. So what it's gonna do is cry on Patreon more profitable. See, Guts gets it.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Guts gets it. You like the background noise and you switch over when you complete a task. You're making cool stuff that's way too complicated for you. You can always ask. You just always ask what I'm doing or to explain something. I keep telling people this, but no one ever does. I don't know why. It's one of life's mysteries, I guess, that I'll never figure out. I ask you, Avalon. True. You do ask. Just haven't had the need for the complicated stuff yet. I don't think what I'm doing is complicated. I still would consider myself intermediate. I can't call myself a beginner, but I can't call myself advanced either, because I see how some people do things. And like I'm not there, so I can't call myself advanced either. Like intermediate. Everything's kind of run of the mill, medium. You know what a state tree is? Yes, it's a tree for states. Which states grow on tree? Texas? No. It's more West states. We only grow the ones on the West Coast right now. Mostly California, Washington, Nevada. You know, we don't really go middle of the country. We're going to go East Coast next, and then we're going to sandwich the middle. Put anything multiplayer and multi-thread into the advanced categories? Yeah, me too, Leo. And I don't know that at all. Yeah, I'm not that level. Yeah, I do too. Okay. Okay, this is nice. So he's gonna shoot. He's gonna walk. He's gonna keep chasing me until he gets to me in melee range, and then he's gonna fight. But I don't want that to happen. I want him to only walk for a certain amount of time. Maybe because you don't know how the hell it works. I've watched a tutorial on multiplayer, I forget what it's called. It's when you do have to do the server client stuff. It starts with an R, I think. I forget what it's called. But where the server and the client need to know where the player is at all times. Anyway, I forget what it's called. But like I watch tutorials on that, and like my brain can't process it. Last I checked. No, not packets. Replication. I looked into replication. And God, I don't know. Like it made like what I saw in like the tutorials made sense, but at the same time, it didn't make sense. If that makes sense, right? Yeah, I think I saw... Yeah, this is the one I saw. By Kekdot. It was a very good one. Like, it was a very good explanation. Like, it shows, like, server stuff, client stuff, you know, different instances. It's a good explanation. It's literally the first thing that you find when you search U5 replication. And again, like, it all made sense, but then it brought up so many questions because, okay, like, that makes sense, but then how do you actually, like, how do you know what goes where? How do you know, like, well, what does an ability have to do this? Does the ability not have to do some stuff? Like, it becomes such a complicated mess. I'm like, okay, yeah. Maybe the next game I do will have multiplayer. Not the current one. Hey Kirby, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Just Luminate and Nanite everything. No. What I want to do is add a task. I think it's time. Get current game time. And condition on tick time if your current game time is greater than 2, I think. That's how you do it. Just Nana multiplayer and Lumen packets. Have you guys beat GTA 5? I've never played GTA 5. Different question. Are we even remotely interested in GTA? I mean, I've made a YouTube short / TikTok on me and Grand Theft Auto. Last one I touched was GTA 3. It slapped me so hard that I've never touched it since. I mean, to be fair, GTA 4 came out not too long after I played GTA 3, and I just wasn't still interested. And then GTA 5, I was put off by like the story because of the one character who just every other word was the N-word, and I just like it was just too much. Like once in a while, sure, I get it, but it was just too much, and I never cared for it afterwards. So you know, if GTA 6 is cool, then maybe, and you know, depends. But that kind of game is not that much up my alley. I'd rather have like more of a I like fantasy games more. I do not know what that is, Stormrun. Story mode and online mode are like different universes. I don't think online mode has anything to do with it. Yeah, it doesn't. But I'm a single player kind of guy. I don't care about the online stuff. You drive a car and crash into stuff? Yeah, but I can play Gary's mod at that point. Final Fantasy and Dark Souls? Yeah, that's more of my style. I'm playing through Final Fantasy right now. Yeah, Dead Space. That one I haven't played. I've watched Jesse Cox play it. I'm playing through Rebirth right now. Yeah, there we go. What? Is it Greater than. Hmm. We played all but the new one, all but 16. Okay, I think I see the problem. The problem, I think, becomes... You should stream the gameplay for Final Fantasy? No. Final Fantasy, to me, is childhood nostalgia. And I'm glad I'm not streaming it. It's one of those games that I just want to play for myself. I don't want to... It's not a... I want to get... I can't get immersed in a game that I play on a stream. Games like Elden Ring are great for like streams. There's no story, but like a story-rich game like Final Fantasy, that I like want to get immersed in and like and do like side quest stuff and do like all this cool stuff. Like I don't think it's a good stream game. Plus, I would never beat it basically because it's such a long game. Just like Elden Ring, that it would take me so many months to just play through it. I mean, it's still taking me a while because I'm mostly playing on the weekends, but... Have you ever looked into Mask for AI? No, I haven't needed it. Usually, I don't look into things until I need it. The problem is this. I think it has to be here. And I can say greater than 3. Why are you still moving there? Okay. Okay, Meteor, stop active movement. It should say stop active movement inside of the Meteor attack. Why no stop active movement? I guess I don't. Fine, I'll put it here. Stop active movement. You're looking for potential solutions to a problem you know will happen if you have hundreds of NPCs on screen? Thinking of batching into groups and having a shared health pool instead of having individual actors. I'm pretty sure mass AI is not designed for like mass like abilities or stuff like that. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure mass AI is like it just like moves them around, stuff like that. Like you couldn't have like thousands of mobs all, you know, like attacking or doing calculations or like things of that nature, because that would be no different. But if it's just like moving from place to place, you can do that very cheaply, from my understanding. I could be wrong. So now he shoots, he walks a little bit forward, and then he shoots again. Walks a little forward. I think we want this time to be a little bit random. So let's do this chase player group. All right, we have the time here. So we'll do get random float. Minimum let's say 2.5 to 4. And then I can do random float. You have to simulate the logic based on this position stuff. Like a mob manager that just loops over position data and simulates being hit. Yeah, I can do VATS, but like at that point, it's better to make you would like if you were to do I'm thinking like civilization type stuff. If you had like a group of enemies, like a group that function as one. But it's not that many enemies on at once. You would need to basically only keep track of one AI inside of the bunch, and then just tell that AI to do what the main one is doing. But then they wouldn't, like, let's say you had a player, right? Here's what I think it would not happen. If this was the player, and you had like a group of AI here, and this is your group, and let's say this one moved over to attack, they would all move over to attack, but they would stay in this configuration, right? So just this configuration would move over like this. They wouldn't just all of a sudden surround the player and then start attacking individually. Because I feel like at that point, they all have the I don't know. Maybe Mass AI can do that. But I don't know. Try to make a tower defense game, but the mobs are like hordes of enemies. Not just one by one. Yeah. You definitely would need to do some research on that. I haven't done the research, so I can only guess effectively. Why did he just move backwards there? I feel like he's chasing me. Why is he moving backwards there? What's going on? Oh, he's doing this. He's failing the rest, so he's doing this. Which I just put there just to get out of the way. I should have disabled it instead. Yeah, so now he is moving over for a certain amount of time and then shooting. You could move a little further. I think I want the minimum time he moves to be potentially a little longer. So now why is he following me now? Why is he following me all this time? Why? Oh, because of this. The distance is greater than A50. Now this is checking that it's greater combat range. So he should have been in combat range. It's probably fine. I think this moving on the. I should keep this moving on the ground check. I mean, look, that's how you discovered VATS were a thing. Yeah, we use on projects that I've been on at work. VATS have been used. It's okay, right? VATS don't blend, right? So keep in mind, VATS don't blend. Animation, like rigged animation, you can transition it, like you can have like a running, and then you can, do a leap, and you only have like the jump animation and the run animation. It'll do the transition and all that. VATS doesn't do any of that. VATS is just VATS. What you see is what you get. There ain't no transitions. There's nothing. So it's not really built for that. It is cheaper, but I mean, cheaper. I don't know how good it is at like high res, but from my experience, it has been cheaper than like actual full-on characters. But again, you lose a lot of functionality and abilities, so keep that in mind. You see a technique to map ranges of the texture normalized 0 to 1, but even that gets messy. Yep. So this one then comes back. Strafe range is fine. This is going to be combat melee. Attack D. Hold attack random. Yes. Hold delay. 0.3 to 0.5. Player needs to be in sight. Does he? No. Yes, attack error. Oh, that good. Okay. If people are working on plugins for VATs, there's some sort of plugin on Blender or 3ds Max, you think? To do what? So maybe in the future it might automatically be configured to a standard? A plugin for what? I need to turn that off now. Ooh, we need to change the arrow there. Also, we need to change the distance he's jumping. Whoopsie. Let's fix all that. So... So we want to change the jump attack range to be like 1,000. First of all. Then on this, we need to change the attack arrow width to be like, I don't know, 2.5. Basically takes animation data, converts it to a VAT texture, and have the logic be ran at runtime through VAT. Is VAT textures? Because I don't... Is it driven by texture? I thought it's baked onto the vertices.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it. While I've been on projects that utilized it, I've never set it up myself. Samples the textures and uses the info from animation bone and transform data. The bone? You can use VATs with no rigging whatsoever. What do you mean bone? At least the way we've used it. We used VATs because we didn't want to make it a character. It's just baked vertex animation on... I mean, it could have been baked to a texture, but either way, there's never been bones. There's no skeleton. It's not a character. It's not a skeletal mesh. Like, none of that. Each pixel is a vertex on the x-axis, and a color data is the transform, rotation, and the scale RGB. It said bony meant vertex. Ah, okay, that makes more sense. How does that work, though? Because if it's on a texture, what if you want to move something 1,000 units? RGB doesn't go up to 1,000, so it can be one unit is one. And that also means that you can't do decimals. Great, because if you go 0 to 255, you can't do like 0.1. Because then it's 0 to 1, and then it's decimals. Right? This is just now I have so many questions. That's okay. There's like lots of videos on that kind of stuff. Yeah. No, again, I'm not knowledgeable in this, so that's why I'm asking the questions. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just right. If what you're saying is true, then question A, B, C, right? It's like, you know, you remind me of conversations I sometimes have with my supervisor at work, where he tells me something, and then immediately I have like A, B, C, D, E, F questions regarding this like one thing that he just mentioned, and he like, I don't know. It's like what? I immediately have questions because it's like, you know, hypothetically, this didn't actually happen, but like hypothetically, someone like says, can we change, let's say, a Roman pillar for to instead be a full-on like statue, like of a human, you know, like a Greek god statue instead of just a pillar, right? I can get that note. My first question will be why. Straight up, first question, why? Because right, that's a big change. Then next question, how is it going to be blending and merge into the environment? What is it going? How is it going to be attached? What material is it going to be? Is it going to be the same old material? Right? I started having like all these questions, and like, is it going to be, you know, close up, further away? Is it going to need to be, you know, X, Y, Z? From one note, I could get so much. I always have so many questions. It's not like, you know, it's not like I'm like, oh no, like why am I doing this? No, these are questions where I'm like, I need to know this information to do the work, right? Because if, for example, I find out, well, it's being replaced, but only part of it's being replaced, or it's being replaced, but it's gonna be this one material. Well, maybe let's say this material is not like a marble. Let's say it needs to be like a rocky stone or something like that. And you know what? It actually needs to be now moss covered. And I was like, okay, well, the way I'm gonna be making that asset is gonna be different potentially, or maybe I will want to use a different way of texturing. Maybe I'll need to use, you know, triplanar on this one. You know, whatever thing. But like, right, if I don't know all the information, obviously then it becomes difficult. And so the reason I brought it up at all is because I feel like I'm doing that right now with you, Leo, where you're like, yeah, this is what, you know, this is what you want that. And I'm like, well, okay, if you want that, then what about this, and this? it's the same thing. It's because like, okay, well, and that's just not how my brain works, unfortunately. Like I immediately like, okay, if this, then what about these 20 other things? Has anyone thought about these 20 other things? I want him to do his jump attack. Ah, there we go. Okay. Couple of things I want to change. I think I want to change the length of his jump. Then I want to change the I think the timing of the jump. Which right now is here. 0.2, let's do 0.3. So right now, what I just had him do, right, is he shoots the projectile, then he comes closer, then if he's still too far away, he'll shoot another projectile, he'll continue to come closer until he's close enough, and then he will try to bite you. How much damage? I want to reduce the damage the projectile does. And I want to increase the amount of damage that melee does. Because I want it to be like a big, like, scary bite. Like, you don't want to get him close, kind of thing. Or you want to be careful on the... Actually, I'm going to increase not his jump bite, right? The one he just saw him, like, moving forward on. I'll increase the damage only of the like pure melee range bite. Yeah, that one I'll increase to like 1.5 scale. So if you're like at true point blank range, it will do more damage. And then the spit attack, I'll reduce the damage to 0.6. Okay. 15 damage, good. He's overshooting a bit. Oh yeah, that bite real hurts. Thankfully, you know, the dash is fine, but this guy's gonna be rough. This guy, I mean, I might need to tweak things. He's not even doing. Let's tweak. Hold on. Do I need to increase or decrease the timing of the jump? If I did 0.5. You have to reset. Are you at Starlink? Were you gathered when you first watched the video? What did you gather from your first watching it? Ooh, he hits when I thought he wouldn't. I need you to do the jump attack. I might need to tweak the... That's fine. He ends where he's supposed to now. I think I want to increase the... It's like they have their encoding process and external software. Reading the VAT is done in material and linked to the actor. So all the actor position is done in Blueprint and only anim logic is in VAT. They have some chaos physics states. And I mean, sounds cool. Sounds interesting. Definitely sounds interesting. Well, hey, give it a whirl, you know? See how it is? Yeah, I'll check it out when I got time. I'll check it out when I got time. Let me, though, tweak some values. Start with the combat range being 2,000. Combat range is greater than 1,000. Not 10,000, 1,000. Strafe here will be 500, which is fine. Why do you roar immediately? Oh, because I am currently within combat range. So he bypasses chase right away. There we go. So now, I think I need... Why is he not coming? Excuse me, sir? Sir? What did I do? Just thought of what if enemies have two states, a smart and a dumb state. The dumb state, they follow the general direction of a spline, taking damage as normal. Where they need to interact with an enemy, they get to convert into a smart state. It's then ran on AI controller logic. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. So the tower defense, it's all splines for rows. Yeah. If you're doing it as like an actual tower defense and not like... Yeah, you can absolutely do that. The alternative is... You have two sets of just characters. The passive version and the active version. And instead of swapping the state of it, you swap the entire character. So you could keep the base version just super simple. It only has the ability to do like two things. And then when you need to, you just swap it into the same thing. And you can have like a little transition state, and then you can spawn it mid-transition to the next one, so it'll blend, yada, 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 right? If you wanted to. But then you also have to figure out what transitions him back. Right? Because what if you activate too many? What if you activate like hundreds, depending how many enemies you have? You need to be able to manage that many AI and still be performant, right? That's the thing. Or maybe if you, like, does that mean maybe you have a maximum amount that can be active? Who knows? Hey, Cinema, welcome in. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. What else do I use state trees for? Except AI? Right now, nothing. Why is he not coming closer? Oh, it's not moving closer because... Oh no, 500 is fine. Chase player. Yeah, you do a lot of state trees. Absolutely. I'm just using it for AI right now. Now he's coming. Good. I think I'm gonna make it so I need to make his bite attack further. I think still 2,000. Yeah, I've seen dialect trees. There's a tutorial for dialect trees with state trees right now. On YouTube. By the same person that I was watching for the tutorials when I was first learning state trees in general. Ooh, okay, maybe that's too far. I think that's a little too far. Let's bring him down. Let's bring him down. So this attack does a lot of damage. It does 37 points of damage. It does. This attack will only do 25. Right. That attack will only do 25. But the thing is, this is like pure. If you get hit, like, if you walk up to him and let him eat you, not this attack, right? If this, not this one. Okay, why are you doing that attack? That's not the attack you should be doing. Why are you doing? Okay, let's go. Why are you doing that attack? You should be doing this attack. Why? Should be doing this. Cooldown this is 2 seconds. If distance is less than 400. So you're like right up against him. You should do this. Yeah, that. Now he's doing it. Oh, I see. So for some reason, he's not leaving the combat melee state. If... Oh, why does it say equal? That's why. Less than. God, copying still is not perfect inside of these. This should be less than. Copying freaking conditions does not copy properly. Grumble, grumble, grumble. So, as I was saying, if I come... This attack does 25, assuming he hits me. But... Why is he still not transitioning? Now what's wrong? Do I want to do 500 range? Right? That was the correct attack, but now we're here. 253. I'm within the correct range. I guess I need to also put it here. Is that it? This is not copied properly. Less than defeated. Close quarters attack. There we go. Do your other attack. Yeah, that. And now, why are you doing this attack? What the hell? Why do you refuse to go and reset? Okay, let's do debugger. Let's find out. Okay. Let's see what's going on. So, close quarters attack. Float compare is failed. 430, 400. But the cooldown activates. What the shit? So what happened is flow compare succeeded, cooldown failed, cooldown failed again. Why is it cooldown failed? Hold on. What is... Does this not have cooldowns right now? I just realized. This is a cooldown. See, cooldown. This has a cooldown. This has no cooldown. But it's fine. It has a kind of built-in cooldown, but I'll still add a cooldown here. Ranged projectile. Um. Pull down. Jump attack. Down. So. That doesn't explain why. Wait a second. Oh, I had the wrong thing. Da. Why are you a bot? Right? Correct. Still correct. But once he goes into... Once he goes into that... Oh, there we go. Now he did it. Did I fix it? What did I change? Hold on, what did I change? There we go. Okay. But now he's doing the correct thing. Cool. Turn off the debug. So. I might need to reduce all of his damage. He hits hard. He hits very hard. And that's not including the meteors. The one downside...
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
No, actually, the he does not hit harder than meteors. If I wait for the meteors, so why isn't he coming after me right now? Yeah, that needs to be fixed. That needs to be fixed. But that's fine. If I wait for the meteors. I think this first set of meteors hits harder. Who? There you go. 50 damage. He does 37 on his melee bite. You know, technically more. But as melee, this guy probably sucks. I think this guy probably sucks to fight general. It's not going to be an easy fight. By this guy, you should have 7 power-ups, though. So, right, it's not like I am testing right now, no power-ups. If I gave myself 7 level 1 power-ups, that would change things. If I did a test and I gave myself 7 level 1 power-ups, more health, crit chance, crit damage, multi-hit. That's 4, right? Damage boost 5, 6. I need to remove Dome Shield entirely because we no longer have blocking. This is I need to remove this. And I gave myself Toxic Aura as well. Once I had these. No, it scales with... He's the level 2 boss. You're expected to have 7 power-ups at this point. He hit me. Okay, I was not paying attention. Wait, why did I have 80? Something didn't work there. Okay, so now he should take more damage. Right, so if I do it properly, no, this is fine, honestly. Okay, he clipped me. No, it's fine. Okay, now he got hit a second time. He takes more damage. Keep in mind, he does not have as much life as he would right now. He has far less life than he's going to. Okay, he did not roll enough. Because he will have shit. Yeet. Right now, he has 2,000 life. Of course, phase 1 is when he takes reduced damage. He will end up having 5,000 life, which is the base, which is how much the Great Spider has, multiplied by the scale for the floor, which is, I believe, 1.5. So I think he'll have like 7,500 health. So he'll have considerably more health. So yeah, he's gonna be a boss. The Great Spider, I think, took a good amount of time to beat. Like, if you fight it, like it's not like a super quick fight, and I think the length of the fight felt good. Obviously, once he's fully done, I'll be testing his health compared to basically the duration of the fight. I don't want a 20-minute fight, right? So we'll do some tests. Real quick, if I get myself health up again. Okay, no, health up went up. Health up worked. Huh. Odd. If I gave myself some armor, damage boost, speed boost, toxic aura. I don't know, good enough. I did not dodge. That's Meteor 1 that's hit him. I'm hoping that the fact that he takes so little damage will incentivize you to potentially hit him with the meteors, or hopefully you'll just accidentally hit him with the meteors and learn that way as well. You know, that should be 2. Unless I missed. You really got to be careful. Thankfully, because right, because of the delay, you do know when he's gonna attack, so you can definitely dodge out of the way. Now that's assuming you have a. Oh, there we go. Next phase. So now I did. I didn't bind the box, so they all came to the same spot. I want to see what happens actually in phase 3. We've tested phase 2. I want to know what happens when phase 3 hits, because oh wait, I haven't configured that yet, have I? Yeah, I haven't configured that. Oops. Yeah. Let's do on fail or false. We want to check if he has phase 3. Actually, let's check if he has phase 3 first. If not, then we check if he has phase 2. And here, meteors. Duplicate this over here. Fire meteors. So these will be still. Oh wait, it would be the same. This will be the same actually. So hold on. You just need to do a simple or Boolean. If either one of these is true, then we go here. Okay, rename this to elemental meteors. And here, okay, so here it is spawning if it's phase 2. If it's not phase 2, again, we need to do the same kind of test. So here it's going to do check if it is phase 3. If it is not, then check if it's phase 2. Otherwise, go ahead and spawn in BP. Is it not called BP Volcano? Meteor Volcano. This might be too much. Um, we'll see. We'll see. So he's now in phase 3. So, oh yeah, I need to fix this. Why isn't he moving towards us? It's greater. Oh, I see. Then he goes into combat ranged. And it's on succeed, he goes to the next state. Let's just do on state completed. Did that fix the problem? No. What's the problem? What's the problem? Window debugger, go. Okay. Chase player group, flow compare does not match. Because, yeah, I'm nowhere near close. Close core close fails. Try idle fails. Race window check fails. Chase player group, flow compare succeeds. Try enter, move to player. Yeah. Wait. What? What? I'm confused. You try to do move to player. Where? Trigger transitions, move to player. Trigger transition. So I did this. Then I try to chase player. If greater than, it fails because I'm not greater than, so it doesn't chase. Okay. This goes back to root, but then it goes back in here because... Why does it go back in here, though? So if I... Something's going on in here. Do I check if something going on? Move to player. Run weight 1. Why is he moving? He keeps trying it. This should say success. Yep, and it does. Is it failing for some reason? No. He's also not moving it. Why isn't it? Why isn't it not working? It was working fine before. What's the difference? Oh, hold on. If the distance is greater than 2,000... or less than 2,000. Ah. If, hold on. Why is this less than or greater than? If it is... Why do I have it this way? Hold on. Combat range is normally less. Combat range is normally less. I just made it bigger, which is the problem. I made this bigger, so this would be like greater than 4,000, I think. Yeah. You don't want to be greater than or less than 2,000. You want to be 2,000. Do you remember Windows 2000? That was a thing. There's also Windows Millennium, which is the buggiest Windows probably ever. I mean, probably not the buggiest ever, but it was... Man, Windows Millennium. Awesome name. Look cool. Windows XP was your first Windows? There we go. Now we fixed it. Why did he not hit me there? Okay, so here's what happens when these guys spawn. Run, 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 run. So there's plenty of time to go in and hit them. Oh. But occasionally some of them might... Wait, did one of them take out the other? It should have. Why? Why did it fail here? Oh, did I not? Oh, I didn't plug it in. I didn't plug it in. That's why. That's kind of an important one to plug in. That's why it destroyed itself. Actually, no, wait, 1987 or 98, you think? You're born in one of those years, but when you got older, you still interacted with it? I don't remember what my first one is. Probably Windows 98, I'm gonna guess. At least my first one. I don't think it was XP. I was definitely I remember someone had like a 97 for sure. I don't think I has the one that had it. And I definitely remember someone had a DOS. Like I came over to someone's place and I think they had a DOS machine. Because it was just like navigate it and that's it. You're trying to play Wuthering Waves, but all you see is UI. You're literally studying the UI layout while playing, damn it. You know what's funny? Like, I still don't have that problem. For anything. Like, I don't have that problem in games. I know a lot of people that, like, that work in film can't watch, like, movies anymore because, like, they start analyzing anything. I've never analyzed like games. Like if something pops out at me, like if I notice a repeating texture, oh cool, like I noticed a repeating texture. But unless I actively will look for it, I still don't notice that stuff to this day. I don't know what that says about me. That I mean, I guess it's the fact that I just don't pay attention to it. Because I just don't care. So only times I notice is if it's very obvious, or I just haven't, or I really like it, so I'm actively looking for it, or I just randomly notice it. One day you're afraid you overanalyze too much to the point where you will not enjoy the game because in the back of your mind you're just wondering how the hell did they do the particular thing. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm not like that, so I've never. I know some people are like that, and then they can't enjoy it. But to this day, I'm not like. I just like when I watch anime, I don't try to think like, okay, based on this, what is he gonna do next? Or I just enjoy it. I don't think of like, I'm not like, oh my god, that person's definitely his father. No, I just enjoy it. I just watch it and I just enjoy it. When I play games, the same thing, right? I just enjoy it, the game, for what it is. Like I don't look at things. I don't care enough. So I think as long as you're not going to be actively looking for that stuff, I think you'll be fine. But obviously, if you're going to actively look for it, then it's a different story. Ow. Okay, here's the meteors. Okay. I got that one. Got those. Okay, meteors aren't bad. I mean, as long as I take the time to get the meteors, obviously I might have more or less depending how big the actual environment is. Oh, but then there's more meteors now. Oh god. So if I take the time to get these meteors and not worry about him, I'm just never gonna do anything. So realistically, what I would want to do is only focus on the meteors that are like would be in the way, and if they're gonna be like in the corner or something, then I'd want to make sure that I ignore them basically. Right, because here comes the other meteors, right? And the rate at which they spawn isn't terrible, but this one's just in there. I think it's fine. Again, it's not meant to be easy, but I think it's fun. One thing to know would be checking that they don't spawn on or within a structure. Oh yeah, but this is my test level. Obviously, the actual environment, I'll do a little bit differently. The only thing, basically they spawn wherever I put this volume. They spawn from within this volume. So if I just don't have this volume over something that shouldn't have it, then they won't spawn there. This one just happens to, I think, be kind of right there, which is why it happened. Oh, no, it's not that volume. It's this volume. Sorry. This volume. This is the one. It's within this volume that it gets all spawned. So that's why it happened to be inside. The top one is the one for the Great Spider that I was testing. Yeah, it's within this volume that it gets spawned. So as long as I don't have anything within like a certain within areas that I don't want, this is fine. So basically the idea is, right, he's not gonna take enough damage right now for me to demo it, but assuming I was doing the right amount of damage right now and I got him to phase 3, those meteors will still do damage. Yes, it's a random point inside of the range. So like if this was like out near the outskirts of the map, maybe I just leave them. And I just say screw it. It's not gonna get in the way. Right, but like here, it would be in the way. And let's say that one I can leave. I can keep focusing on him. Oh, this one's going to be in the way. Get rid of that one. Right, this one's about to go to full height. Right, and there you go. So those are
pausing for ads.
Right, these are going to be like making so it's more difficult around those points, but as long as I focus on the other ones, I'm okay. I'm taking a lot of damage, you know, but now I can be like, that area is my meteor area. I don't care about that area. Yeah, it is a random point within volume. That's exactly what it is. I mean, quite literally. Oh, no, not here. Yep. Get scale box accent, random point and bounding box. And then Z just gets zeroed out to the actor's height. And that's all. So nice and simple in that regard. Only thing is, ooh, you know what? Maybe I make the scale of them smaller. If I have phase 3, then maybe I make them smaller as explosions. Just a little bit. Although it's fine, honestly. No, I think it's fine. I might tweak it later, but I think for now it's fine. What I might do is it's gonna get hectic. One thing I could do is check is do a different cooldown based off of whether or not he's in phase 3 when it's the volcano meteors versus the ice meteors. But I think it's fine. Okay, so if let's do a run through right now. I'm gonna remove phase 3 by default. And I'm going to give him the health he's probably going to have. Which is 5,000. His health scales by the game mode. Dungeon, no, not here. Not boss level, per dungeon level. Total cards. That's not it. I need. What am I looking for specifically? It's the health. It's the scaling. It's the card cost. I don't need this anymore. Where am I still using this? You can delete that, and then wherever it broke it, I'll deal with it after that. It shouldn't be under cards. Not curses. Is it on the enemy? Do I have it here? Health modification per dungeon level. Why is this on the enemies? Yeah, so at level 2, it would be multiplied by 1.5. So I was right. So his effective health would be 7,500. This might be really rough. Let's get some power-ups. We'll only get level 1. We'll have 4. So I'll take this, 3. I'll take temporary invulnerability. I'm pretty sure I have that by default. Stun build up 4. Armor 5. Damage 6. Speed boost 7. By this point, I theoretically would have access to higher tier stuff and all that kind of stuff. But let's just... come back here. Get him to hit. Good, he got hit. So now I'm doing more damage, right? And you get him hit 2 more times, and then I'll do full damage to him. I think I just missed him. I think I was just I was out of range, I'm pretty sure. Although maybe I got him. Okay. The temporal vulnerability is huge. Allows me to take a little more. Hit it one more time. Okay. Okay, now I'm doing full damage to him. I'm doing all right. Oh, I got hit. I was gonna say I'm doing all right. Right, as long as I focus. He definitely has a lot of health, though. I think he might have too much health. Yeah, temporary vulnerability is great. Helped a little bit. He should transition into any mode now. There it is. Okay, so now he's in phase 2. Hey, holy crap, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I tried dashing in the wrong direction. Hit there. That's not good. Okay, now we're dealing with the ice zones. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about them. They were nowhere near me. I think I want to do something about his actual attacks. Potentially. Crap. Okay. Yeah, the areas are getting a little more difficult to navigate, and I'm dead. The amount of health is definitely high. So I think let's go back to the enemy stuff. I'm gonna change the scaling of this. So 1.5. Let's do 1.2. 1.5. 1. Then I can do 2. 5. 3. I don't know. I don't know. Then it'll be like 7. 5. Doesn't matter. We don't go that high. We go up to level 3. You're stuck showing a picture on your buttons. What do you mean? You're stuck showing a picture on your buttons? Like you when you press the button, the picture gets stuck and you can't unpicture it? Well, that shouldn't be the case. The buttons just automatically swaps if you set it up. What you talking about? Holy crap. What you talking about? Some of the stuff. There you go. Set brush resource from texture. A button does not have just one thing that you set as a texture. Right? It has multiple. If I go to the UI, just as a demo. Where do I have a button? This should be fine. Yeah, so here's a button. It's literally a button. But if I scroll down, I have a normal, I have a hovered, I have a pressed, I have a, well, disabled, who cares? And all of these can take its own image. So I can make it so the color changes on a hover, on a press, on whatever. It's not just one picture you're swapping. You might be swapping the normal version, but that doesn't change what it looks like when it's pressed or hover or whatever. A button has a press, hover, and release date. Yeah. I don't think there's that many. Hold on. What are all the states? Normal, hovered, pressed. Yeah, those are the three main ones. I don't understand what normal foreground and hover foreground is. I don't know what these foreground things are. I never touched them. Maybe at one point I'll look it up. I just have not needed it, so I guess I've never looked at it. But I really just look at normal, hovered, and pressed. Okay, well, hey, once you have a little more experience with it, you know, it'll go more smoothly, so don't worry. Quickest thing you can do is reuse the same image and just change the opacity or the brightness, or just change the color, which is what I do here, right? This is the same image, and I just change, yeah, the color of it. Basically, I make it darker or brighter. And then I have a border around that. That's all. You can see it bigger. But otherwise, it's just, you can see it's getting darker or brighter as it gets selected. Right, and here, you can see this is just a color change. Color change. Color change. Can we decide to redo UI? What do you mean? This is the redo. I don't think I'm going to redo the UI for a while. I think this is going to be the UI that's going to stick around until, like, I do the, like, actual version. This is still a prototype. The UI is still a prototype. It might change entirely the look for like the finished product, but yeah, you know, I don't think I'm gonna redo the entire design at this point for the prototype, because unless I need to add something to it, but I don't think I'm planning to add anything to it right now. Well, let me rephrase it. I'm definitely not adding anything to it right now, but later on, during the like actual production stage, if we ever get there, then yeah, it'll of course change, because I don't want it looking like this. Like I want a cool, like a nice design, proper icons, maybe like a cool border. The size of these might change. The padding might, the design of the cars will definitely change. because I don't want it looking like this in the final version. I think I wanted like a cooler, like looking card. But you know, I'm not much of a graphics artist to like design that right now. So stage 1 will probably be hiring someone to do all of the art for the cards. And that's going to be expensive. Oops. Right. Not for these. For these, right? Designing all of these cards. I can't imagine this being a cheap thing. If there's gonna be 100 of them, 100 power-ups, I mean, we're looking 10k plus for sure, most likely. Which is why I'm saving up all the Patreon money. I haven't withdrawn a single cent yet. Making UI for the last couple of days made you realize a lot of things are a glorified version of a base widget. I mean, yeah. See on Discord what you've been working on? Cool. Let's see. Ooh. Nice. I like this as further description. Item name, description, and then further description. Buildings. Buildings. I mean, you're getting the general setup for it, yeah. Yeah, obviously. Or you mean this piece of wood is not the full building? It's ominous further descriptions. The only note I would have is it's square in the middle of the screen, looks like. Look in, if you're gonna have it like this, maybe look into designing it where you can where it pops up and you can move it somewhere else on screen. Because if you're gonna if you're gonna put it in front of the player as like things are paused and you have to focus on this, then I'd want it to be more of the screen. Or if it's like a little pop-up that I can be open, like, you know, like a WoW inventory kind of thing, like a bag that I can just deal with, then maybe I open it and then I'm like, I can move it like in the bottom left corner. And that way, and if I open something else, maybe it'll pop up in the top right corner or something like that. There's tutorials on that, I'm pretty sure, on YouTube. Yeah, but if you pause it, right, if you pause the entire game for that, I want it to take up more of the screen. Otherwise, it's useless space. Yeah, I just searched move widget on screen. How do you make movable widgets, movable window widgets? That's a better way of searching for it. There you go. There's some tutorials here. Yeah, there's tutorials on YouTube you can check out. So learn about HUD classes and managing them. Yeah, if you're going with that route, yeah, you'd probably want to do with managing like actual HUD classes and all that. Look into common UI as well. Do it early. You know, that good stuff. Yeah, and then you should be in a good place to go from there. So this would be a booklet menu for building not on a pause game. but should close on selection. Yeah, if it's not supposed to be during a pause, then yeah. You know, move it, move it around. I just realized that when you pixelate it, the top bar there, and I think the left bar, it's like I went wanting to point this way. Left bar, I think shows my desktop behind. I got pixelated because Guts redeemed the pixelate option on Twitch. I should have a high-pitched voices to redeem. I don't have any of the voice stuff. I used to when I did like Minecraft stuff like a long time ago. I had like a bunch of voice stuff as redeems. But no, I don't have anything that modifies my voice these days. I think my voice is high-pitched enough without it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. Tomorrow, we'll probably try to wrap up Dragathrax with his stuff. Yeah, that's gonna be the goal tomorrow. We'll probably we might need to do a modify his level as well, so we'll see. Yep, and Leo has the right idea. That anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm back tomorrow. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your night, and till then, bye bye.